I want to ask you, when did you start to believe that you needed to ask anybody for permission to be successful? Like, where was it instilled within your life? Think back. Was it in your childhood? Was it when you were older? Who said it to you? Who instilled this ideology within you that you needed to conform to societal standards or to what other people want from you or to other people's opinions for you to have success? Because that's just not a thing. You don't need to be like anybody else to be successful. In fact, you should be different if you really want to be successful, because success is knowing who you are and liking it, and knowing what you're doing and liking it. That's what success is. So, by definition, you don't actually need anybody outside of you to like what you're doing except for you and God. And that's it. This is the thing that people don't really understand, guys, about abundance and about wealth creation. Like, you are not here to ask for permission to exist. You are not here to ask for permission to expand. You are supposed to be expanding rapidly. You're supposed to be changing rapidly. That's why when people say, like, oh, they changed, you're not changing. You're not changing. So you are going against your own pattern of growth, and you're not able to tap into what God has ordained for you in this lifetime for who you should become. You're not able to tap into your destiny. The timeline of destiny is existing with such self-acceptance and self-love, and knowing that what you are doing in this world is productive and correct. That's also how you tap into success. Because if you listen to other people's fears, you'll never get anywhere. Nowhere. Like, how often does it happen when somebody starts a YouTube channel or somebody starts some endeavor, any endeavor, it could be anything, and their friends or family is like, oh, like, how's your YouTube channel going? Good luck with that. You know what I mean? Like, all these things. It's not encouraging. It's discouraging. And I'm speaking for, like, people that are just starting, Like, it's discouraging. And what if people do grow? What if people really do grow? What if they get to 10K, then 100K, then a mil, right? So everybody has an equal shot of success. They actually could become very successful. But you, the family member, or you, the judgmental friend, or whoever you are, you're not even supposed to, like, be around them. You know what I mean? Like, you're not even supposed to, like, exist around them, around something that has so much potential like that. Like, aren't you ashamed for having such low self-worth and self-esteem that you try to impose that upon somebody else? Aren't you ashamed that you cannot envision success for yourself? There needs to be some work done. You know what I mean? And this is the thing, right? Like, haters, bullies, people who are super judgmental, like, they are poison to society. They are poison to the world. Do you know how much it says about you if you choose to stay poison? Like, people should be embarrassed. You know what I mean? So instead of going and trying to be successful yourself, you're going to try to bring somebody down who has aspirations for their life. They're trying to add to the mix of expansion. They're trying to add to the world. They're trying to grow as a person. And here you are, you know what I mean? Literal fertilizer, like, trying to stop someone else's growth. It's just insane. It's insane. And then the same people that, like, talk mad smack in the beginning have the audacity to come up to you, even when you're, like, even a little bit successful, and ask you for opportunities or advice or money. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And I think that people need to be a lot more protective of themselves and their ideas. And, people need to be a lot more joyful about what's to come and what's possible for them. Everything is possible for you. It doesn't matter what you've been through. Did you guys know that I lived with PTSD for, like, a decade? I lived with PTSD. Do you know how hard that is? It's very difficult. You feel like you are stuck. You actually feel like you're dying a lot of the time. At least that's what was my experience, And it's not easy. It's hard to even just exist and not be in fear all the time. And so it's up to everybody to heal. And I healed myself from PTSD. Myself. I didn't go to therapy. I didn't take antidepressants. Not to say that, you should or you shouldn't, but personally, I healed myself from PTSD because I wanted to. So I knew that I would not be able to heal myself if I were to rely on anybody externally from me, including like a therapist or anybody. I knew it had to be between me and God. I was like, all right, if this is what you want for me, I'll accept it. I'll take it. Thank you. I'll work with it. You know what I mean? And so, I did. And in doing so, I learned about the intricacies of the subconscious mind. I learned about the secrets of the universe. I learned how God communicates. And if it wasn't for PTSD, if it wasn't for depression, I would not know everything that I know today. I would not be who I am today. Resilience personified is mostly what I embody. You know what I mean? And so I'm very proud. But at the same time, it's vital. I know how vital it is to face your pain. It's the most important thing, to face your pain. Because pain can teach you like nobody else can teach you, and like nothing else can teach you. When you face your pain, you challenge the construct of normalcy. You challenge everything that you thought to be normal. And you go, oh, what is reality? Maybe I've attracted everything to me. Maybe normalcy is not normal. Maybe this isn't normal. You know, maybe what I actually need to do is understand the laws of the universe and understand how I've been attracting all of these things to me, the specific life, the specific body, the specific identity, and see, you know, where I come from. And then you go home. And then you go back to God. You literally face your pain so deeply that you meet your maker. You know what I mean? And it's heaven on earth. It's liberation. You know, it's true empowerment. It's freedom. Because now, you know, eventually, after you have gone through many, many transformations of self, right? And you've had many ego deaths, like, you become somebody that is, you've renounced the world. You've, like, renounced the world. So now other people's opinions and other people's society, all these things, like, you can influence them because you're not in it. You know, you're not in the mix of the drama of material life. So you can actually influence reality with your energy. You can influence the way your day goes. You can influence the weather. You can influence, like, small nuances in your environment, what you choose to focus on, right? And in doing so, you create magic. You become highly creative, gifted. You actually, because DNA is dormant within people. DNA lies dormant. So what you have to do is activate it. Now, it can only be activated through a chemical reaction in the body. This is known as a spiritual awakening or a kundalini awakening or a shift, energetic shift, whatever you want to call it. But enough of these, you transform the more and more you experience them. And you transform into somebody that can tap into the voice of the universe, the voice of God. And you learn how to listen to his instruction, to his signs, to where he's guiding you, you know, and then you begin to also take his energy and put it out into the world. And so in that way, you end up healing the world just with your energy. You know what I mean? And you can be yourself in the process. That's true authenticity, when you know yourself as the soul and when you also can express it freely. Like, that's true authenticity, you know? And people feel it, people get healed by it, and the haters just don't understand that you're not even there anymore. They don't know you. You know, people really don't know anybody else, but especially if you've been through what I'm describing here, nobody will know you after some time, you know? And it's beautiful because then also you're truly free, because there's no identity of you that fits in anybody else's mind that is actually valid. You know what I mean? So that's freedom, right? And so take the pain as a medicine, you know, allow for the transformation to happen. You have to face your pain. A lot of people run from their pain and it gives them more problems later on, because it comes out in addictions, it comes out in patterns of karma, it comes out in bodily issues, aches, pain, sickness, right? So we don't want to repress any pain. We don't want to repress any pain. We want to face it head on, sit with it, allow for it to break us. You have to literally be broken. It's like the fourth wall has to break, which is your experience of reality. That's the fourth wall. So your fourth wall has to break. Your idea of reality has to be shattered for you to understand that you're the controller of it. You're the creator of it, of reality. And by definition, God is the supreme controller. You know, by distribution, God is the supreme controller. And you understand that you are co-creating with God. So all these things are super highly important, because again, a lot of people walk around lost. They do what other people do. They drink, they party, which is fine, nothing wrong with it. I'm just explaining. what it is to be an NPC, you know what I mean? No offense. If you're an NPC, you can still watch this channel. Welcome. Have a seat. Welcome to my channel. No, like, NPC is just a frequency. It's just a vibrational frequency. You can stop being an NPC today. Like, you don't have to do anything for it. You don't have to wait for it to change. Like, we are so in control, guys, of our experience that it's scary, that it's beautiful, that it's groundbreaking when you realize just how in control you are of your reality. And it's through your vibrational state of being, which is your feeling state. It's through your emotions that you elicit and how high you allow yourself to go. It's through your perception of reality and what you choose to focus on and what you choose to notice and how you allow for these things to expand within your experience. For example, joy and happiness are the purest forms of gratitude. So if I were to just sit here and be like, oh, I'm so grateful that I have access to such a revolutionary beverage technology, you know what I mean? Like, it's a cherry Coke flavored Celsius. Or I'm so grateful that I have the ability to give messages to the world, and like what beautiful art has been created for me to do that, including the device I'm filming on. Like, everything is to be appreciated because God has given us life and everything in it. So there's nothing that we are lacking. Abundance abounds. Abundance is everything in existence, including ourselves. When we go to sleep, the cells of our body regenerate naturally and they cause us to heal. Like, everything is working behind the scenes. Everything is working for us. We digest on our own. We don't even pump our hearts. You know what I mean? We don't power our heartbeat. Like, God is all. And he's constantly working for us. He's our best friend and well-wisher. And God has nothing to do with religion. That's the thing, right, man? Like, when you face your pain and when you literally meet your maker because you allow for the fourth wall to break, you allow for your illusion of reality to be shattered, you allow for yourself to be broken, what happens is you do meet your maker and you have nowhere to go, nowhere to run, but to surrender to God. Like, you have to surrender to God because at this point there's nobody outside of you who can help you. And maybe it does take getting through some PTSD to realize that. Maybe it does take going through PTSD to realize God and to understand life, you know. Maybe it does take PTSD. That was my experience, you know. Like, if it wasn't for such dire pain, I would be the exact same person that I was before my awakening, which was somebody that was unhappy, purposeless, depressed, falling into cycles of addiction, falling into wanting to be accepted by other people. All these things are lies, lies, lies. All these things are illusion. Literally, they don't exist. We make up these imaginary rules about how we should be or act around others to people please them. The only person you should be pleasing is God. Do you understand? That means take up the thing that is a little risky. Take up the thing that God wants for you to do. Do the thing that is required of you. Speak out. Speak the truth. Go online. Like, be you. Change. Evolve. Transform. Preach to the masses. Like, do what it is that God is calling you to do. And he will actually make you and build you into somebody that is able to do these things. Right? You can ask God for things. 5, 6, maybe even 10 years ago, I forgot how long it's been, but about a decade ago, I asked God for the ability to sing. Actually, when I was a child, I asked God for the ability to sing. And he worked with me, you know, to be able to do that. Same thing with speaking. He worked with me. And I listened. And I practiced and practiced and practiced, you know. So it's about being receptive to his voice, which is always guiding and always helping us and speaking to us. But yeah, guys, sometimes it does take getting to rock bottom. It does take depression. It does take health issues. It does take PTSD for you to realize that there is some pain that you're not facing. Get very honest with yourself about what you are going through, right? Because again, it's a beautiful thing when there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. It's a beautiful thing when you can surrender unto the divine. Countless times I was on my bathroom floor in tears, shaking, dissociating, praying, asking for some help, any help. God, if you're real, show me. Oh, he showed me. He showed me in ways that are unbelievable, that the common mind would not be able to believe. That's what he showed me. And guys, there's so much intelligence out there that we don't see. There's so much of our minds that we don't use, but you can tap into it. You can use it. Like I said, your dormant DNA can come online when you begin to allow for the awakening process to happen. And this is a physical process as well. It's a chemical process. The spinal fluid moves up to the crown of the head. So it is a physical process, but it's catalyzed by an emotional response. It's catalyzed by spiritual activity. You can't force it, you know what I mean? A kundalini like awakening, let's say, like, you can't force it. And the Western world, man, the Western world does not know about this stuff. They think it's bullshit. They think it's New Ageism. New Ageism is just a blend of different things that people have called New Ageism. And it is, trendy, and it is, there's a lot of fluff in there. I understand that. However, the truth does exist, and it's found within religious texts, not religious communities, religious texts, okay, written by God, spoken by God. That is where the truth is found. And the truth is also found in science, physics, to be specific, quantum physics. Study it. You'll be surprised. I was in my senior year of college studying quantum physics and relating it back to my business material, and I would write papers on such topics, and I wasn't even aware of what I was capable of. Like, I didn't even know that I could study these things. But you can. It's all available for you. And with ChatGPT, you can easily look up if you just honestly want to look up how spiritual concepts work and how they relate back to quantum science, you can do so. Guys, everything is connected to everything else. All education is interwebbed and interlinked. Like, literally every topic of study links back to everything else. Music and science are correlated. Science and the science of self, the philosophy of self, is correlated. Quantum physics and pure math is correlated. Everything is attracted and attached to everything else. This is God. So that's what my story has been, and that's a little bit about what I wanted to share with you guys. Like, when you actually go through the process of changing as a person, the world really opens up to you, and you can explore kind of like what it is that you can do here on this planet. Like, you understand that nothing is off limits to you, and that you have the ability to transform your own life with such intention, with such intentionality. Then you have the ability to transform the lives of others in the world as well. You know what I mean? Like, nothing is off. We, again, tap into such a little amount of our mind, of our potential, of our emotions. Avoid numbness at all costs. Seek to be highly sensitive. When you go through an awakening, or a few of them, you will become highly sensitive to sound, to light, to energy, to music. You'll be able to read the energy off people and places and pictures even, and in this way, you tap into like the 6th, 7th, 8th senses. Like, there's so many senses that we have that we don't use. There's a full color spectrum that we cannot see with our basic human eyes, but God can. And through God's frequency, tapping into God's frequency, all can be revealed to us because He is omnipotent, right? So what a beautiful thing it is to be a human being. Please face your pain. You're going through PTSD, trauma, whatever it is, heartbreak, financial issues, whatever it is. It doesn't have to stay. It's not going to stay. You think it's going to stay. It's not going to stay. Hope and faith are your lifelines. I'll tell you one thing. I lost faith many times along the way because I thought, this is it for me. How can you come in and give me a miracle when I got myself in this situation, or I'm stuck, or this is never going to go away, or I'm at rock bottom? So many times I lost my faith. And I learned through losing my faith that faith is the only thing that can save you. Nothing else. Not material objects or items, not people that come in, not outside help. It's faith. Because faith precedes all solutions. Faith precedes all divine intervention. First you have the faith, then the divine intervention comes in and solidifies that faith into matter. But the first step has to be done by you. The act of faith has to be done by you. That's what's required. So you have faith. Because what is the other option? You losing faith? Are you kidding me? There's even no need for you to lose faith. Your heart is being powered by a supreme force. You are faith. There's no faith for you to lose. There's no option. It's like, try to turn off your heart right now. Like, you can't. So in the same way, try to turn off your faith. Oh, I lost my faith. You didn't lose it. And tap into it and hurry up. Because the faster you tap into your faith, the faster the divine intervention will arrive. Yeah. And through acts of consistent faith and consistent trust in the divine, he will show you his magic and his miracles over and over again. And he will co-create with you your most abundant and fruitful and beautiful life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. I do have a school community that has just launched. You can find the link to that down below. That is where you can find me, because I'm not doing any more coaching calls for the month of May. I'm quite booked up and exhausted. So you can find me in my school community. I love you guys very much. I'll talk to you in the next one.